So welcome to Expression Engine Conference 2020. This is, of course, our first virtual conferences due to reasons quite beyond our and everyone's control. I'm really going to miss being with everyone in person, but also there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of fun times that we're going to be able to have as a virtual event. Yes, is dinging. Sorry, I'm getting notifications from my fellow conference organizers that not all my devices are silent. So, so bear with me. So yeah, we know this has been a challenging year for a lot of folks. Believe me, we know. We were trying to figure out were we going to be able to have a live event or not? And it became more and more apparent that that was not a thing we were going to be able to do. So here we are, our virtual event. We would love to, we would love it if you'd be patient with us as we figure this out. We're all used to doing Zoom calls at this point for our work probably, but putting on an event is a little bit different beast. So one of the recommendations that we as organizers would like to make is that you treat this like, as much as possible, like an in-person conference. So we hope that you have some time off from work where you can sit and not also be working while you're enjoying the presentations. But of course, that's up to you. But that's just our recommendation, is to try to get something out of this the way you would in an in-person conference, which I know, and I've done it too, sometimes have worked through conferences as well. So not always ideal. So we hope that you get a lot out of this conference. We got a lot of great speakers lined up. It's going to be pretty great. Want to draw your attention to the code of conduct. Basically, if you go to eeconf.com/code-of-conduct, you can read it. But the quick version is: be considerate, be courteous to others. Don't harass people, don't make fun of people, all the things you would expect from decent human beings. We're obviously all very different in various ways. Some of us like sports, some of us don't. Some of us are, who knows? There's just all kinds of differences, and there's no need to harass people about that. We have a lot of common interests, and so I know that this is. Nobody has ever violated the code of conduct since I've been, as far as I know, since I've been an organizer. And so we have great expectations there. It's not going to be any problems. So yes, as somebody in the chat says, go Braves. So we do have some sports fans in the audience. I don't know who the Braves are. No, sort of kidding. All right. If there are code of conduct violations, and of course we're in a very different venue than usual, so we can't see everything that's going on. There's lots of ways for people to connect via Hopin and things. And if there's a code of conduct violation that we need to become aware of, you can report it anonymously at this link. Just go to that code of conduct link on the eeconf.com website and go to that form, and you can report it to us. It'll get reported right to us in our organizer Slack, and we'll see it right away. So yeah, definitely do that if there's any problems. But like I said, we don't expect any problems because you all are a great community. So a little bit of housekeeping here. I commissioned these wonderfully hand-drawn circles that you see. Spent a lot of money on them. So if you go to the reception area, you'll find a link to this. But it is the schedule here on Hopin. And you'll want to note what sessions you want to be in and where they're at. So there'll be a lot of sessions going on the stage. You'll see the link for that in the sidebar of Hopin. And so you'll want to note if the session that you want to be in is in a stage, or if it's, and I've circled here, sessions. So you can see right here. So if it's in a session, in the Sessions tab, you can go there and then choose it from the list. It'll become kind of apparent when you click that in the sidebar. These are the items in the sidebar: the stage and the sessions. Yes, I'm a big spender on circles. And there's probably a delay in me noticing and you hearing. So anyway, make use of the lounges. You'll find those in the Sessions tab. There are currently 3 lounges, and so each lounge is limited to 10 people. We can always spin up more lounges if that becomes a problem, because we didn't figure that more than 10 people in a lounge made a lot of sense in terms of the cacophony of people in there and things. So Yeah, so make use of the lounges and try to connect with each other, because I know for me, with our in-person conferences, one of the most valuable things of a conference is connecting with people and finding people in our industry who you can connect with. And honestly, like the last several job opportunities that I've had have come directly from conference networking. So definitely make use of the lounges to connect with people and other networking tools here in Hopin. We also have the Slack channel in the Expression Engine Slack. If you, I have a next slide to show you how to get there, but it is the EEConf channel. We're all in there, all of us organizers, and there's a lot of other folks in the conference as well. And you can go join that channel. If you're in the EE Slack, but you haven't joined that channel, join that channel. We have a lot of banter and things going on in there. If you aren't in the Expression Engine Slack, you can go to expressionengine.com, scroll most of the way down the page, and get joined up into the Slack right there on the expressionengine.com. I want to point out to you the organizers this year. They are Paul Larson, Brian Litzinger, Lydia Chu, Jeremy Gimbel, Ben Fiari, me, Josh Connor, Josh Broadlight, and Andy McCormick. We all have EEConf organizer next to our names here on our profiles in the Hopin. And so you can certainly connect with us there as needed, or if there's anything you need to draw our attention to, you can DM us in the EEConf or in the Expression Engine Slack, or mention us in the EEConf channel. Those should all get our attention. So yesterday was our workshop day, and we did as much communication as we thought we could or should. But we realized as the day progressed very quickly, we realized we did not communicate quite as well as we thought. And we're very, very sorry about that. Our workshops were limited. And because we had some wonderful sponsors step up and made things free, we had a lot of interest. And so they filled up very quickly. And so we perhaps also relied too much on people understanding how workshops work from our in-person events. And of course, this is not an in-person event. So there's just ways that we could have communicated better. And so we're working on that. We're also talking about doing a future workshop separate from the conference. So be on the lookout for that. Join our email list at eeconf.com down in the footer if you're not already on that. And we can let you know about future events, people repeating workshops perhaps. We're still talking about what that's going to look like, but there's a lot of demand. And so we're looking to fill that demand. This evening, one of the events of the Expression Engine Conference since I've been coming and since I've been an organizer has been the happy hour that we have usually on Thursday night, sometimes on Friday night. But we didn't want to miss it, even though we're not in person this year. And so we're having virtual 3. It's easy and Hopin to spin up another. So we'll be keeping an eye out as they fill up to spin up more lounges. So bring your drink and virtually have a happy hour with us tonight at 7 Eastern Daylight Time in the lounges. One other bit of a couple of other bits of housekeeping here. So procedures for questions. As the sessions progress, you can ask your questions in the chat, and the moderator will keep an eye on that and make note of them. And then if it's a longer, more interactive question, when the question time comes for the session, you may be called on to ask your question live to the speaker. And the way that will work is you will click the button that says request to share your audio and video, and then that will go into a moderation queue for us in Hopin, and we'll be able to, when it's time, say that you can go live, and then you can ask your question and interact with the speaker that way. So as I said, this is our first virtual event, so definitely bear with us as we figure this out for the first couple of sessions. But we've done a little bit yesterday with the workshops, of course, so we don't expect a lot of difficulty there. But that's the way that will work. And then we want you to submit your questions for the roundtable discussions. So if you go to the reception area, you'll see links to the various roundtables and the forums that you can go to submit your questions. And so please go and do that soon and often, as the saying goes. So go in and submit questions there for those roundtables, and we will have great roundtables that way. We definitely want to thank our sponsors. We had some great sponsors this year step up and make this conference not only possible, but then admission free. It just blew us away, the sponsors that we've had this year. And so, of course, we want to thank our platinum sponsors, Consumer 51 and Expression Engine. Those are our platinum sponsors. Our gold sponsors are Bold Minded, Cartthrob, Hop Studios, SEO Web Consulting, Triple Nerd Score, We have our silver sponsors, Green Egg Media, JubJub, Linode, and MC2. And our bronze sponsors, Creative Arc, EE Harbor, IC360, and Petroglyph Creative. So thank you so much to our sponsors. This conference would not be possible without our sponsors. This, of course, is a, we don't do this for profit. I've never made money. None of us organizers have ever made money on this conference. And so if, you know, we would love for you to go donate. So if you go to the homepage, there's a donate button, head over to eeconf.com, click that donate button. We're very grateful for any amount of money that you can give us. So I know that I'm a couple of minutes over. Tom is supposed to start. So we are super excited to have the EE team with us. And Tom is going to be giving us our keynote, a sort of a State of the Union. Who knows what all he's got planned there. He's a good friend. I've known him for years, and I'm excited that he's the one that's shepherding Expression Engine now. I'd normally say to give Tom a hand. Maybe you can give him a virtual hand in the the text chat there. Or clap in the privacy of your own homes, and we'll be with you in spirit. But I'm going to stop sharing now, and Tom is going to come up and give us our keynote.